Now, life for many in the lower income areas of major cities is a difficult journey that sometimes becomes overbearing for the parents whose choices affect their children. Many become victims of criminal acts who find themselves on the wrong side of the law because of circumstances that force them into these difficult choices. One of these children get to the police station. Once they do that, many find themselves in an area that is less equipped to protect them, further complicating their lives. But through a joint initiative by the government and non-state actors, the police and the humanitarian community are beginning to ensure that children are protected within the station in line with the legal requirements set in place recently. Leila Mohammed has that report.
For many whose life revolves under the tin canopies that characterize the various informal settlements in major urban centers in the country, living presents unique challenges to the families and especially the younger generations that call this place home.
You'll find our kids, most of them are defiled and their parents hide simply because they want to protect their marriage or keep their marriages, so they don't come out openly and speak out, and also so that they can push for the culprits to be arrested.
Social workers who serve these communities note that within each unique environment within the Eastlands estates in the capital, for example, come unique challenges that affect young children here.
Our kids are getting into crime at a very tender age simply because poverty is on a higher level, and the kids want to find themselves so that they can put food on the table, or maybe they are child-headed kids. So at the end of the day, when they can't get something to eat, they'll end up getting into early prostitution or get into crime.
In these estates, community workers note that for especially younger girls, the engagement in sexual activities, some within the commercial space, has begun much earlier in life. Many a times these young girls get into trouble with the law.
Most of the kids at 17 and below years are having babies at that age, which it's a concern, and it's something that we really need to push so that we can speak to our girls so that immorality and also getting babies at that very tender age simply because of poverty should not happen. Being that our youngest is 9 years with 3 kids, it's a very sad story.
For both young boys and girls, surviving on under $1 a day and with adults in the home who are unable to provide for their needs pushes many to the next best thing, and which is to spend days in areas like the Dandora dump site, scrambling for diamonds in the trash and fighting off other scavengers to survive.
When they're in the dump site, that's where they learn crime, that's where they learn prostitution, that's where now there is parents' their negligence, because the parents, most of them, you'll find when a kid is going to scavenge, that parent is alcoholist or she's just under alcoholist or under drugs, so she can't take care of the kids anymore.
While poverty pushes many to the edge, it is the choice to engage in criminal acts that land many under the age of 18 to be visitors of the state, beginning at the police station level. Police, however, note that many children facing different circumstances find themselves at the police station, needing extremely careful care from the officers stationed there.
We talk of a child who is in conflict with the law when that particular child is a suspect of any committed crime. That one is a child in conflict, and we talk of a child in need of care and protection because that child has been neglected or is being subjected to conditions that are inhuman and many other factors.
Community social workers fear that if the trend is left to continue, many more children will continue to die or get incarcerated into the system just as they are beginning their lives. At the Kasarani police station stands a child protection unit that ideally should be a feature in all police stations across the country. This is a legal requirement crafted into the law recently. However, it is not a reality for many children who find themselves at such facilities in need of legal protection or going through the legal framework after breaking the law.
We have actually been able to provide a conducive environment for the children, either as offenders or in conflict, or as those in care of need of protection, or those in contact with the law. And this has afforded an ample time for the children to open up, especially on the issues concerning them.
Police have been trained on how to handle cases related to children, cases that are of a sexual nature for even young women, gender-based violence, among other sensitive issues.
Child protection units are being run on goodwill, where people contribute out of their pockets, including police officers. They give from their pockets so that they can sustain these facilities. And these facilities are very critical for children, both children in conflict with the law and children in need of care and protection. Why? Because in any community, the safest place to run to, especially for a child, is where the child feels they are safe and secure. And that happens to be a police station. In
areas like Kasarani Police Station, where non-state actors have helped build a child protection center, the children who come here are catered to by shielding them from further harm or avoid them being held in adult areas. However, police officers say there's more needed to build capacity around these unique units.
Officers are posted to this center specifically with understanding and goodwill to handle children matters. However, we do not have adequate numbers, and we believe that in the process of time, we should be able to recruit more officers and train more.
But while such centers find their place within police stations, many community social workers note that there is need for the state's intervention in helping them care for such vulnerable children. They are also calling on parents to not let go of their parental responsibilities and ensure that they are the first to protect their children from harm. Leila Mohammed, NTV.